The captain's name is Christian Granucci. And here's what he said in this viral video.
This is tyranny. This is about freedom of choice. The department has said that we can seek medical exemptions if we so choose, and that is a pie in the sky. We can even try and seek some kind of religious exemption, but they know that they have end runs around them. The vaccinations will come, and then after that, it will be a booster, and another booster, and another booster, and when will this tyranny stop? I'll tell you where it's going to stop. It's going to stop right here, right now. And I'm putting my administration and my union on blast. You had the opportunity to get in front of this, and you didn't. We want to give you the opportunity to do the right thing and represent the membership.
He added, I am so hopping mad at you right now, you have no idea my head could pop. Now, on social media, he's gotten some support, but he's also getting obvious criticism from the LAFD and the union representing the firefighters, because remember that now this comes after city employees have been required to show proof of a COVID-19 vaccination or get a weekly negative test. And so, anyways, that is what Captain Granucci thought of that plan. All right, when we come back, we will talk. We have actually part 2 of KFI's Steve Gregory special feature series. This is with KFI's military expert, Captain Dale Dye. And yesterday we talked about the fall of Afghanistan and the similarities to Saigon in 1975. Well, today, Captain Dye will explain why the U.S. has an obligation to help those who helped our soldiers. So that story, that part of the series actually, is coming up. Right now, let's take another look at your drive from the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center. We make it easy. Nick, you want to go to the 91 in Riverside?
Yeah, let's definitely head there, Jen, because it's going to be packed for your drive already, getting out of the Inland Empire, heading toward Orange County. Westbound side out of Riverside from before Magnolia. You're going to feel the pinch in stretches as you make your way toward the 241 toll road. Also, Caltrans crews are working overnight on the 91 east and west, not too far from the 71, so definitely encountering a bit of a slowdown there. If you have an update on something slowing you down in your drive, pound 250 on the cell phone, keyword is KFI traffic. Again, pound 250 on your cell phone, keyword KFI traffic. Seeing a few delays for the drive further west on the 91 as you make your way through the Anaheim Hills area. Off the 55 heading toward the 57, this is also due to Caltrans crews wrapping up shop in the area. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Natalie O'Keene.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Are you ready for fall, but your house isn't? Luckily, Lowe's has what you need and the prices you want to get your front yard, backyard, every yard ready to host this season. Gardening and grilling and leaf blowing starts at Lowe's.
Federal prosecutors suspect former Angels employee Eric Kay allegedly used Angel Stadium as a meetup spot for drug deals. Kay is facing felony charges in connection to the death of Halos pitcher Tyler Skaggs. Rams running back Darrell Henderson is day-to-day with a thumb injury, and the Pac-12, Big Ten, and ACC are expected to formally announce their alliance today. The partnership will reportedly focus on scheduling and a college football playoff expansion. I'm Nikki Jordan.
Hey, rocket scientists, look no further for the next big thinker. First-in-class technology, a leader in innovation, and an intelligence not yet seen from an SUV. The 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLE. Learn more now at mbusa.com.
Rates subject to change without notice. Minimum loan amount requirements apply. 50% loan to value and 740 FICO credit score. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. NMLS 3290. Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California Finance Lenders Law license number 6036970. Equal housing lender.
Unbelievable. Home loan rates have dropped again at IntelliLoan. Today, IntelliLoan is offering a 1.875% rate in APR with no points and no lender fees. Did you hear that? A 1.875%. Don't think you qualify? I bet you haven't called IntelliLoan. You don't have to have perfect credit to get this great home loan. So lock in this unbelievably low 1.875% fixed rate in APR with no points and no lender fees. So call IntelliLoan before the rates go up. Call them at 1-800-918-6200. That's 1-800-918-6200. Or just go to intellalone.com.
Intellalone. Borrow smart. Now through the 6th of September during the Rendezvous Airfall, listen to all the magic of a first rendezvous.
Welcome. Hey, sexy.
It's time to book your rendezvous with Paris, Bordeaux, or Nice from Los Angeles with up to $100 discount. And with AirPulse Protect, your tickets are 100% refundable and exchangeable up until the day you fly. See terms and conditions at airpulse.com.
Masks are coming off. Seasonal allergies are on the rise. And COVID-19 is still out there. Sneezing, runny nose, cough, and fever can be allergy symptoms. There are also symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, get tested and find out if it's COVID-19. COVID Clinic offers free COVID-19 testing for both insured or uninsured patients. Make an appointment today at covidclinic.org. COVID Clinic offers no out-of-pocket cost COVID-19 PCR diagnostic tests with lab results in 1 day for persons who qualify. Conditions may apply. Visit covidclinic.org for details.
When it comes to the tools in your garage, it's all about lithium-ion. Plenty of power, maximum efficiency, and a longer life. Introducing Novelift lithium-ion powered forklifts. All the power and efficiency you need and essentially maintenance-free. With the dramatic savings in overall cost of ownership, Novelift forklifts pay for themselves over time, and that increases your bottom line. Novelift, revolutionizing the material handling industry one job at a time. What's in your warehouse? Contact us today for a cost analysis at nobeliftna.com/save.
Blue Star medicated ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
Really works from the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff. Smear a bit on and the itch is gone. Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star works fast or your money back.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. If you've decided to sell your house, I know it is tempting to just get it listed as is or even take one of those cash-out deals. But why sell yourself short when making just the right upgrades will maximize its sale value? You mean like flipping our own home, Dean? We don't have the expertise or the cash for that. I know, but my friends at Revive do. Revive knows exactly what to change, what to spend, and where to spend it. They'll manage everything for you and front all the costs. Yes, Revive fronts the cost. They get paid back from escrow, but the profit gained is all yours. How much profit? The average client makes over 200% profit on what Revive invests on their behalf. It's a no-brainer. Reach out to iloverevive.com today and see if your home qualifies. To make the most from the sale of your home, go to iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com. When it comes to keeping you safe, Bay Alarm brings the best. Family-owned and celebrating 75 years of professional personal service that's second to none. Bay Alarm, celebrating our past, securing your future. AC02-APCL-88013.
Hot dogs are said to shorten a healthy lifespan by 36 minutes each, while a serving of nuts can increase it by 26 minutes. So just eat nuts with your hot dog. And you only lose 10 minutes. So is there some kind of scoreboard you can buy? How many bacon breakfasts can I have to take about 5 years off? John and Ken, weekdays at 2. That's a fun life. I'd like to know those people. On KFI.
AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Glad you're with me on this Tuesday. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Governor Newsom has asked the Biden administration for a presidential major disaster declaration to help California deal with the ongoing wildfires. Newsom says the declaration would be for multiple fires burning in the northern part of the state, and New York has a new governor. Kathy Hochul was sworn in last night as the first female governor of the state. Hochul has taken over for former Governor Cuomo, who resigned following that report by the New York Attorney General that found he sexually harassed at least 11 women. Hochul has served as lieutenant governor since 2015. 5:35, we're going to talk with the chief marketing officer of a company that I'm very intrigued by. See, how many times have you been at, say, a fair or the mall or somewhere large and somebody says, where are you? And you're like, I'm over here by the corn dog stand. So what does that mean? What does that mean when you're at the OC Fair and you were looking around for your buddies? There are 50 million corn dog stands, right? So this, with just 3 words, helps you pinpoint your location to anybody who's trying to find you. Plus, this could be super crucial in an emergency. So we'll talk now with Giles Jones about his company and what 3 words, this is what it says, it takes 3 words, is all about. Right now, though, we have part 2 of KFI's Steve Gregory's special feature series with KFI's former military expert. As Afghanistan continues to collapse, a military expert from LA says the U.S. has an obligation to help those who helped our soldiers.
Captain Dale Dye says the fall of Afghanistan is looking more and more like the fall of Saigon in 1975, including the challenge of getting allies safely out of the country.
We do have an obligation. They risked a great deal to help us out. Here I'm primarily talking about interpreters, people who were directly helping us in the field, as opposed to the allies in the Afghan government and that sort of thing. So I think we have an obligation to do something for them. The question at this point is, what is that something? Is America going to do what it did in 1975 and have these huge masses of Vietnamese that are going to end up in Southern California relocation camps and that sort of thing? Are we going to have that with Afghan interpreters and their families and that sort of thing? I don't know. I think we have an obligation. I'm just not sure what it is. If we're about resettling them or protecting them in some fashion, if it were up to me, I would use my State Department connections and use diplomacy to try to get nations that are Muslim by nature and are in the area, so that we're not bringing them all to the United States. I think that would be a mistake. But we do have an obligation. We have an obligation to repay their loyalty and their willingness to risk.
When you look at how quickly Afghanistan collapsed, should we have been there this long?
No, and that goes to the question of hubris that I mentioned, Steve. We should have done what we originally went there to do, which is to defeat the Taliban, and then said, all right, now we've given you Afghans a shot here. We should not have ever said, okay, and while we're at it, let's go in here and build a nation in our image. Once we accomplish the initial mission in Afghanistan, our big problem was that we said, well, that was pretty good. Let's build a representative democracy over there. Let's make Kabul look like Washington, D.C. Let's take our better ideas of governance, of building a defense apparatus. Let's take those things and throw a bunch of money at them, throw a bunch of advisors at them, throw a bunch of contractors at them, and lo and behold, we will be able to defeat centuries of tribalism and corruption and somehow direct the Afghans in a new direction, in a new social order in which some of their traditional things about females and children and the social order, we'll be able to correct those. That was absolute American hubris, and we never should have done that. We never should have attempted to do that. And since we did, since we were of the opinion that we could actually do something like that, when clearly we cannot, we demonstrated our hubris, stayed in there, and the situation in Afghanistan today is a direct result of that.
There is no easy way, though, to scale down, is there? There's no easy way to really exit a country.
Yeah, especially, that's correct. There is no easy way to exit a country, especially when you poured the zillions of dollars and American lives and sweat and all that sort of thing in there. You're reluctant to say, you know, I screwed the pooch here. We never should have done this. So let's admit that we were exercising hubris. Let's admit that we can't do this. Let's admit it's a fool's errand, and let's back away from it. That's extremely hard for politicians to do. It's extremely hard for military men to do when they've been over there. They're the ones who are bleeding and sacrificing. It's embarrassing. it smacks of defeatism, and Americans don't care for that very much. But once you commit to the extent that we committed in Afghanistan, or in Vietnam for that matter, backing away and saying, well, we didn't do it right, all it opens you up for is a decade of naysaying, a decade of who hit John, a decade of your fault, my fault, this didn't go right, that didn't go right, we should have done this, we should have done that. None of that matters at this point. What matters is that we made a major strategic error.
Coming up tomorrow.
I wish there was one person we could point to, Steve. I really do. Because I'd like to go strangle him or her.
Who's to blame? For Wake Up Call, I'm Steve Gregory, KFI News.
You know what I love about Captain Dye is that guy does not mince words. Nope. If you ask that man a question, clearly you are going to get exactly what the first thing that comes to his mind is. Isn't that refreshing? Ugh, I love that. I wish I could be that just raw with you guys. But I like my job, so I filter. I filter a little bit. All right, I'm looking forward to part 3 of that series. That's tomorrow, and we'll do it again at 5:20 here on Your Wake Up Call. Caitlyn Jenner says she thinks she's got a good shot at winning the election to recall Governor Newsom. Jenner told KFI's Johnny Ken show, California has been mismanaged by Democrats for decades.
We are the highest tax state. We've had 18,000 companies leave California. My friends are leaving California, and I don't want that to happen.
Jenner has also complained of the homeless crisis in California, illegal immigration, and the damage done to the state's economy during the pandemic. The recall election is September 14th. A member of the right-wing Proud Boys group has been sentenced in Washington, D.C. for burning a Black Lives Matter banner that was taken from a historic black church and later for having 2 high-capacity magazines while at the nation's capital. Enrique Tarrio apologized in court and his lawyers asked for community service. The judge said he didn't buy the apology and gave Tarrio 5 months. Prosecutors has asked for 3. And the officer who shot and killed a woman during the January 6th attack on the Capitol, remember, she's the one, her name is Ashley Babbitt, and she was climbing through a broken part of the door leading into the speaker's lobby. Well, they have now decided that that officer acted lawfully and in line with the police department policy, according to an internal investigation by U.S. Capitol Police. All right, when we come back, I'm going to tell you more about this really cool app called What 3 Words. And I know it was designed to help when it comes to an emergency, but I think this might have a really great use for next time you go to a fair or some big event or concert or sporting event, something like that, and pinpointing where the other people in your party are. So we're going to talk with the chief marketing officer of that company in just a few minutes. Right now, let's see why it's slow on the 5.
As you're making your way southbound, in fact, I'd like to know why it's slow, because it's through the Norwalk area. From before Pioneer or Imperial, nothing reported in lanes quite yet. Definitely seeing the delays through the Caltrans cams. Lots of cars joining you for the drive. Again, 5 southbound from before Pioneer or Imperial, getting to the Norwalk area, heading toward Rosecrans Avenue. So if you have an update of what's causing that slowing, pound 250 on the cell phone, keyword KFI traffic. Again, pound 250 on your cell phone, keyword KFI traffic. As per usual, around this time of the morning, starting to see a rough go for the drive on the northbound side of the 5, getting down to Norwalk and Santa Fe Springs, leaving the 605. Toward about Slauson, you get a bit of relief through Commerce and then further northbound on the 5. That'll be still going out of Commerce and East LA off the 710 as you make way through Boyle Heights to the 101. Getting reports of a problem for you driving the eastbound side of the 10 in downtown LA. Looks like either a stall or a solo car crash. 10 eastbound at Alameda, taking away middle lanes, and that's why you're seeing a busy drive from before Central, heading eastbound on the 10. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliotini.
Well, it is inevitable, right? Hot Southern California summers.
Not at my house. We refer to them as the brisk, chilly California summer.
Well, that's because of your SolarMax solar panels.
Yep, I can keep my house cool without worrying about where the thermostat is, because with SolarMax, my electricity practically free.
SolarMax is local. They are right here in Southern California. They do have the best products and service going.
Yeah, that's going to mean excellent quality control, no middleman. Not only that, I save even more with SolarMax with no upfront cost. And they have the newest, most innovative Tesla products, like the Tesla 420 panels and the power Powerwalls.
Right now, you can get the Tesla 420 panels and Powerwalls for $79.96 per month at zero down.
Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. Say the keyword SolarMax. That's pound 250, keyword SolarMax by August 31st for this great offer. Monthly payment available on approved credit. CSLB number 97204.
Here's SoCal weather from KFI. Mostly sunny with highs 70s at the beaches. Mid to upper 80s for Metro LA and OC. We'll be in the low to mid 90s for the valleys and the IE, and it will be even warmer tomorrow. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
If you own a business and manage to keep 5 or more people on payroll, a new government program will pay you up to $33,000 per employee. $33,000. This isn't a loan, it's a grant, it's free money. The challenge? Getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler. That's exactly why I founded InnovationRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. At InnovationRefunds.com, our tax attorneys and CPAs are experts at helping businesses like yours to get their share of these government funds. InnovationRefunds.com does all the legwork and doesn't charge you a penny until you receive the money. Our team has helped over 6,000 businesses to get some $450 million, and InnovationRefunds.com can get your business up to $33,000 per employee. Just go to InnovationRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, answer a few questions. No risk, high reward. InnovationRefunds.com.
For the health coverage you need close to home, lean on Molina Healthcare. Molina has 40 years of experience and covers preventive services, prescription drugs, maternity and newborn care, and more. For details, go to leanonmolina.com. Get the care you need. Lean on Molina.
How much can you safely spend each month in retirement? Will the income from your 401k, Social Security, and pensions last the rest of your life? What about your spouse and family? Will they be okay when you're gone? For objective answers to retirement's difficult questions, call 833-PLAN-EFE right now for your free retirement review from Edelman Financial Engine. A fiduciary financial planner will review your investments to help make sure they're right for you. But this is much more than just a portfolio discussion. You'll also get a comprehensive plan that covers all aspects of your financial life, wealth management, retirement planning, and more. The plan is worth $800, and it's free. You deserve honest answers to your questions, even the ones you don't know to ask. So call 833-PLAN-EFE by 10 p.m. tonight. That's 833-PLAN-EFE. Or visit EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. The retirement answers you need are a call away.
American Vision Windows, SoCal's choice for energy-efficient windows and doors. AmericanVisionWindows.com.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
24-hour news. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app on a Tuesday. I'm glad you're here. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. Some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The Biden administration says it's looking forward to more people getting the COVID-19 vaccine now that Pfizer's vaccine has full FDA approval. The CDC director says there have been several studies done over the past 6 months that should make people confident in the safety of the vaccine. And the governor of Hawaii says, no aloha. More like, adios. Asking people not to take a vacation there at the moment. David Ige says it's a risky time to go to Hawaii because of COVID-19. He says the contagious Delta variant is spreading. He says he wants people to limit traveling to Hawaii for only essential purposes. And the mayor of Honolulu says he'll restrict indoor gatherings to 10 people and outdoor gatherings to 25. He says he also wants people to get vaccinated. News is brought to you by Semper Solaris. Well, right now, let's say good morning to Giles Jones, the Chief Marketing Officer of a company that can help pinpoint your location with 3 words. Giles, good morning.
Good morning, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm fine. Tell me what 3 words is.
Okay, well, what 3 words is just a simple way to talk about anywhere on the planet. What we've done is we've cut the world up into 57 trillion 10-foot by 10-foot squares, and then we've given each one of those squares a unique identifier made up of 3 dictionary words. So table, chair, lamp, for example, is a what 3 word address that refers to a 10-foot by 10-foot square somewhere in the world.
So if I'm I have a feeling this was probably designed for emergencies before I get to how maybe I could use it in my daily life.
That's right. Well, it's being used a lot and being adopted by a lot of emergency services all over the world. So in the UK, where I'm from, about 85% of the emergency services in the UK use what 3 words. And we're seeing increased usage in the US. So most recently, Los Angeles Fire Department have adopted this system. So you can, one of the first things when you dial 911, one of the first things they ask is, where's the emergency? What's the address of the emergency? And if you're not at home, so if you're out hiking or you're in a park or by the beach, you might have difficulty describing where you are. You might use, landmark-based descriptions. So you can say, look, I'm halfway down the I-90 and I can see these things. Or you might use GPS coordinates, which are great, but difficult to communicate. And now, if you've got our free app, you can say, actually, this is the 3-word address where the emergency is, and they will know where you are.
Okay, so say that you were somewhere out in the forest. What would you say to help them pinpoint you? What would you use, I guess, around you? What 3 words would you use to have them help find you?
Right, so there's 2 ways to do it. One is to download our free app, and the app is available on all the app stores. You open up the app, and it will tell you the 3-word address for where you are. The other way is if you don't have the app, and lots of emergency services are encouraging people to get it. If you don't have the app, what they do is they can send you a text message, and that text message has got a link in it. You click on that link, and then displayed on your screen will be the 3-word address again of where you are. You just read those 3 words out to the dispatcher, and they know exactly where you are.
Okay, that is incredible. Now I want to talk about how we could use it in our daily lives. What if we're at a big sporting event? What if we're at a big fair or concert or something like that, and somebody's tailgating and somebody's inside the event? Would I be able to use it with my friends and family as well?
Yeah, that's like a perfect use case. Huge event, massive car park. You're trying to find someone, whether it's a music event or a sporting event. Again, perfect example for saying, yes, I can meet you at this spot, and here is the 3-word address of where we're going to meet. The beauty of it is, kind of unlike, I guess, a pin drop, it's something that you can say over the telephone or text pretty easily to a different device. And then we're also being used by sportsmen and outdoor adventurers. So runners are using what 3 words to mark the starts of trails, for example, mountain bikers, hikers, photographers, those sorts of people. Anybody who's out and about kind of fairly regularly are starting to use what 3 words as just a really simple way to coordinate groups and friends.
Oh, I think that's awesome. I love the hike idea, because how many times have you been on some sort of a hike and you stumble across some, I don't know, beautiful waterfall or some just beautiful spot where you can look out, and then you're thinking to myself, or later on, you're trying to tell somebody where you were, and you're like, well, you turn right at the big tree, and then you go up the hill. I mean, that's not a good way to, accurately tell them.
They'll never find it.
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect. And we're seeing, so in Arizona State Park actually use what 3 words to mark those locations. So you go to their website, and they've got, look, actually, here is the car parking spot, and here's the start of the trail, and here's a beautiful view that you can get to, and they're just listing the 3-word addresses of all of those spots.
Well, Giles, I think that this is fantastic, and I hope that people will download what 3 words. You said it's free, right?
Yeah, totally free.
Totally free, and if there are maybe emergency organizations out there listening, or like you said, in Arizona, any parks, any places like that, if you want to help people pinpoint their locations, this app sounds like the perfect way to do it. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Brilliant. Great to talk to you.
Great to talk to you too. See you later. That is Giles Jones. He is the Chief Marketing Officer of What 3 Words. Okay, I love that idea. I'm in. All right, now let's get you some biz bites this morning. Brought to you by Equinox Home Financing. The answer for the self-employed, go to equinoxhomefinancing.com. Have you ever wanted to buy a movie lot? I don't know. Beverly Hillbillies did it. Why can't you? Well, Viacom CBS is looking to sell this Radford lot in Studio City. And this one dates back all the way to silent film era. But if you want more current references, I guess, how about Seinfeld, Gilligan's Island, Mary Tyler Moore, Bob Newhart Show, Gunsmoke, Big Brother, and Viacom CBS has hired a real estate firm to look at the potential sell, they say, of the Radford campus in Studio City. And they say that the move aligns with our strategy to divest non-core assets like real estate and direct that value to priorities such as creating more of our best-in-class content. Basically, they're looking to get rid of some property, save some money. Why do they have to do a word salad like that? Just say what it is. You don't want to spend money anymore on something that's not making you money back, so you get rid of it. It's easy. Anyway, CBS is said to have owned the Radford complex since the early 1960s, and it was the very studio complex that gave rise to the name Studio City in the first place. So that would be a cool piece of real estate to own if you have nothing else to do with your money. I don't know that this is so good. Elon Musk says Tesla's latest beta self-driving software is, and I quote, not so great. I'm sorry, it's not great, Elon? Wasn't this your... He says FSD beta 9.2 is actually not great, IMO, in my opinion. But Autopilot AI team is rallying to improve as fast as possible. We're trying to have a single stack for both highway and city streets, but it requires massive end-to-end retraining. Now, FSD beta is only available to some drivers who previously purchased FSD and Tesla employees, but the beta version features new or newly revised functionality that's added to the car's premium driver assistance features. I don't think we should call them the premium driver assistance if the CEO of the company says, they're not great. That's just me. What happens if you own Topps baseball cards? I know, too, that we were having a conversation about baseball cards with my neighbor last week. There are still so many people that are into baseball cards, but MLB has tapped Fanatics to replace Topps when it comes to its baseball trading card maker. I know, Topps was synonymous, and you got that really crappy piece of bubble gum that was so hard that you got through it, and you got it soft, and then it lost its flavor. Well, Fanatics is going to replace Topps, but what happens if you had some major Topps cards with some major money behind them, right? Well, it doesn't look like in the short term, analysts are saying that those Topps cards are going to increase in value. However, they say that the new Fanatics cards may be initially met with resistance from traditionalists, which I could totally see that. And they say that that could mean that there'll be a little bit more sentimental value, which at some point could increase the real financial value of your Topps baseball card. And finally, are you a, what do they call it? PSL? Pumpkin Spice Latte? Yeah. A PSLer?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot that this is your jam. Tyler, do you like the Starbucks, specifically Pumpkin Spice Latte?
Absolutely, I do.
What's your fave?
Iced pumpkin spice latte with oat milk.
From Starbucks?
From the Bucks.
Guess what?
Don't.
Today.
No.
Today, Starbucks is going to start serving its PSL. It's going to have its pumpkin spice latte and pumpkin cream cold brew starting today. And this is my thing. Oh, my indulgence is the pumpkin scone. I assume you've had that, Tyler.
The pumpkin bread, actually, if you get it warmed, is sensational. Not that I'm like here to, be a Starbucks spokesperson per se, but so good.
is really good. I worked there when I was in, oh my gosh, what, let's see, so 21 years ago I worked there. I do not remember them having the pumpkin scone or any of the pumpkin stuff back in the day. I feel like I got screwed in my Starbucks experience.
I honestly didn't know they hired 6-year-olds.
Oh, this is why I like you on the show. Tyler, at Tyler the Wit, W-H-I-T. I don't care. I don't care that he just said that to patronize me. I'm good with it. He's right. The 29th birthday is coming up again for the 17th time, but whatever. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk with ABC's Tom Rivers. Officials in Britain are saying that if the United States leaves Kabul's airport by August 31st, then all the other NATO members have to be forced to do the same. So what happens then? So what happens if, let's not just look at the U.S. getting its citizens and its interpreters and contractors, everybody else that worked alongside us, but what if you were a contractor for Britain? What if you were a contractor, a NATO contractor? What happens to them? If everybody gets out, then are you just stuck under Taliban rule for the rest of your life? I don't know. We'll talk with Tom in just a second. Right now, let's take a look at that drive, though. Nick's looking at the 71.
Correct. In the Corona area, getting toward Chino Hills, northbound side, got a wreck that's blocking middle lanes. Looks like it's going to be a slow-going drive for you, really heavy, actually. Leaving the 91, heading northbound on the 71 due to the right lane being taken away by that wreck. And the 91 westbound itself, overall, going to be heavy stretches of slowing for you, leaving Riverside from before La Sierra as you make your way toward the 241 Toll Road. Knock on wood, Orange County still looking relatively decent. You will see some light patchy delays 5 southbound out of the Orange Crush to Santa Ana, where the 557 and 22 split. That remains the case toward almost the 55, definitely toward Grand. Northbound side of the 5, still pretty heavy for you in stretches. Now, out of Norwalk and San Fe Springs from before the 605, and you'll see those patchy delays continuing out of East LA toward the Boyle Heights area as you make your way toward the 101. KFI in the sky helps get to there faster. I'm Nick Pagliocchini.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Are you ready for fall, but your house isn't? Luckily, Lowe's has what you need and the prices you want to get your front yard, backyard, every yard ready to host this season. Gardening and grilling and leaf blowing starts at Lowe's.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick, and here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Federal prosecutors suspect former Angels employee Eric Kay allegedly used Angel Stadium as a meetup spot for drug deals. Kay is facing felony charges in connection to the death of Halos pitcher Tyler Skaggs. Rams running back Darrell Henderson is day-to-day with a thumb injury, and the Pac-12, Big Ten, and ACC are expected to formally announce their alliance today. The partnership will reportedly focus on scheduling and the college football playoff expansion. I'm Missy Jordan.
The compact GLA proves it's not the size of the SUV in the fight. It's actually the size of the fight in that SUV. You can learn a whole lot more about the nimble and ready-for-anything Mercedes-Benz vehicle. And you can learn that at MBUSA.com.
Well, by tomorrow, we're going to see some of our inland and desert spots hitting triple digits again. And that means you're going to be reaching for more water, right? But don't grab bottled water, no. Just fill your favorite glass with filtered water from any tap in your house. That's what you'd have the ability to do if you had a Life Source whole house water system. You know, every time you flipped on the faucet, you had clean, delicious water coming out. And the part that I love about my system is there's no maintenance, no filters to replace, no tanks to exchange. So all I know is the guys came over, they installed it, and I get to forget about it. But I get the benefits of Life Source water that reduce the odor and the taste of chlorine without using salt or chemicals. And I pay a lot for this bleach blonde hair, I'm not going to lie. And with a Life Source water system, because they have removed that chlorine, your skin and your hair thank you as well every time you bathe in that filtered water. And everything is made in the USA with installation and support for the life of this system. And hey, if you're looking for a great new career opportunity, Life Source is looking for you. So call Life Source today and get full service and full confidence in your water. Call them at 1-800-334-5009. That's 1-800-334-5009. Or visit lifesourcewater.com. Life Source Water. Taste and feel the difference.
Before I started Ritter Hill Plumbing, I was an angry young man. Hello, I'm John Acquain. I was angry because my dad died when I was 17 and he left me alone. I was angry because I couldn't go to college with my friends and because I had to drop out of high school. It's not a pleasant story. But as I grew older, I also grew up. I realized that my dad didn't leave me alone. He left me with values and principles that continue to shape my life. Dad said, be on time. He didn't like it when people were late. He taught me to be polite. It was something I lost, but recaptured along the way. And he taught me to keep my promises, because broken promises lead to broken relationships. We teach and keep these values at Rooter Hero Plumbing. I think we have a pretty good company. I know we have great people. And if one of our heroes fails to live up to these values, please call me. My private number is on the back of every Rooter Hero business card. You can also reach us at rooterhero.com. Thank you.
Everybody needs a hero.
CL 102-8886. Summertime tips from Paul, Christian, and Dexter at Total Wine and More. Topping your burger with grilled onions and blue cheese? Take it to the next level with Carbon Cabernet Reserve, rated 92 points, an incredible value.
And nothing beats a buttery Chardonnay with grilled corn on the cob.
Feeling adventurous? Come on in. Let's try a smoky mezcal for mind-blowing margaritas.
Now you can order delivery for as low as $4.99 for a limited time. Find out if your area qualifies at TotalWine.com. Drink responsibly, B21.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb.
All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure?